Hi everybody. Okay, so it's been a minute. Been a minute. I've been traveling. I've been touring. A lot of you know that I am right now on a book tour and I've landed. I've got a couple of days to really focus on you. I am working on a lot of things that I am developing with you in mind. And I just thought, since I have a few minutes, since I have a bit of something going on right now, I can take some time and catch up with all of you because I wanted to talk about this one important thing that everybody is dealing with right now, and they're not even aware that they're actually dealing with it. People are trying so diligently to heal. Let me see if you can hear me a little bit better with the mic in, since I am in a public place. I think that'll be better. So, the one thing that keeps hitting and going amiss in today's world is the healing system. And what most people don't even friggin' know is, oh shit, can you hear me now? Oh my god, it's been off all this time. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Okay. I'm really jet lagged, but that's okay. We'll just go from here. Um, and I definitely need a tan from what I'm seeing. The biggest issue that people are going through today, and it's the one that most urgently is requiring our attention, is healing. Why? Because no one's really healing. Why? Because it's incomplete. Why is it incomplete? Because the direction in which you would need to heal. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, monster. Good to see you. Um, I'm so glad you're here, love. I'm. I don't feel like this is a direct question, so let me put it off for right now. I am the way I can feel. How do I feel off you? My God, I love it when I get men up here. I almost want to do a man only confidential training grounds. I mean, if you have any questions about females today, because there's a lot of stuff that are off, that is affecting you. I would love to answer it. Though I did plan to talk about this healing thing. I can veer off to money, I can veer off to women. You respect my thinking. So we are in think. Sorry. We are in sync, not in sync. We are in think and in sync. Oh, you're so adorable. Thank you. I, there's so much pressure on men today. I did do a vid, I didn't release it yet, on the top hidden weaknesses of man that nobody talks about. Oh, somebody already gave us a review, something that is under review. Okay, so watch yourself. I won't waste a second to delete you. I won't think, I won't rationalize. You'll be gone and you'll be gone for life. So be very careful how you respond with me. Okay? If you're um, if you're pulled here and you're just thinking, oh, okay, some average woman, she's just talking about shit. Yeah, that's not me. You're gonna see within the first 10 minutes, that's not me. I can tell you what I am, but chances are you've never heard of it. But if you ever want to check it up on YouTube, oh, another message held for review. I thought that we had some sly ones slide in. That's okay. They won't let you put up shit. I won't read your shit. But for all the other people that are genuinely here because they want to hear something that is not average, while I sit here waiting for my next flight, um, I'm presently on tour around the world off a book that I wrote. I dare not tell you the title because I can feel by the crowd that I have here, you're going to twist it. So I'll tell you later on if you're still here after the hour. Um, there is a book that's on Amazon. It's doing very well. It's a game changer. They call it the Relationship Bible. That's not the title though. If you want to know the title, you can head over to my site, store.nicolecoleman.com. So here's what I want to say. Okay, so sentences that are meant to get a response from me won't get there. They're a waste of my time. So here's the thing. It's interesting that you boys came towards turning pain to power. That may have been a key word for you. Let's talk about that, okay? Healing's usually not associated with the guy. Yeah, it's on Amazon. The book is called, the book is, no, I can just see the response the book is about masculine and feminine energies, but it's called The Wisdom of the, let's call it Pen 15, but you know where I'm going with this. It's The Wisdom of the PENIS. Yeah, it's a deep book, sorely needed, because the women are all in your energy, up in your business. And so by default, it's forcing you into an uncomfortable emotional energy that's making you overreactive, triggered, basically losing your balls because she's snatching them. You're not confident, you don't follow through, you don't initiate, you don't lead, you hesitate, you poke the bear instead of rule the bear. And that book is all written in slang. It's hilarious, by the way, but it will. Uh, it's a game changer. Feel free, and it's also about relationship issues from an athletic point of view. See, I have an international championship in bodybuilding, swimming, and gymnastics. Um, and so I wrote it with an athletic mindset because the majority of the women today are athletic or they're an entrepreneur. And when a woman is an entrepreneur, she's a bitch to deal with if you don't know how to handle her because she is in her dominating masculinity. The problem is she's not aware of it. So everything to do with your energy, controlling, leading, protective, responsible, making plans, taking care, sacrifices, she's going to do all that on you. And you're going to feel like her bitch. And you're going to doubt yourself. Some may say, oh yeah, I don't mind her doing all the work, but believe me, you're going to be changed. You're not going to be the same. And so what's happening is she's forgetting to leave her balls at work, at the gym, at the court, and then she's taking it home to you. Last week checked. I have no idea, monster, what language you speak, but your incoherence here. Oh, wait a minute. Um, oh, you're telling me not to go like this. I'm exhausted. Okay, fine. Let's talk like this, just because I'm going to honor what you're telling me. Okay. Um, let's take it one step at a time. The women today are a mess. The thing is, we need you men. We need you to lead us. Here's the thing that you might not understand, okay? When you lead a woman, when you direct a woman, hi, sweetheart from India, yoga fuel. I think that's so beautiful. I really like that yoga fuel. That's adorable. Okay, so let me just talk since I've got a group of men here. Okay, I want to give you the goods. You need to understand women are very confused. They are all over the place because they have a very diffused way of thinking. Let me explain what diffused way of thinking means, okay? There's nothing wrong with it. They have to be that way. But what that means is that they cannot go into a room and focus on one thing like you focus on one thing. Those of you who are creative or very high feminine energy, you will focus on anything. You will multitask. That's not a compliment. That's a man who's very scattered. I don't know why men always tell me that about my smile. Thank you very much. I do want to say, and I am going to put this in the vid, that a woman's power over a man, um, the man's greatest weakness is a woman's smile. That just stops you. It disconnects your brain from working. It's a beautiful thing to see a man like a lost little puppy temporarily while a woman smiles. And women don't understand that. And I tell them, you have to smile to show them you're not the enemy. Because you have to understand a woman's eyes is very powerful. She comes, she's connected to, she's a direct source to spirit, God, creator. She's direct. That's why she does what God does. She creates life. She is your bridge. She keeps you in line with your North Star. A strong woman spiritually, not a muscular woman, not someone who tells you what to do and how to do, but a woman that knows herself, knows what her man is capable of, and shows it to him before he even realizes it. That woman shields his heart from the energetic debris he can't do anything about. That's why when a woman just looks at you and she's mad at you and she doesn't speak, that's when you start pee-peeing in your pants. That's when you get nervous. Not when she's baka, 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 baka. No, that's when you know she's not leaving. She's not going anywhere. Because she's talking and she's complaining. She's bitching. The woman who says nothing, slams the door, that's what you respond to. Because you're not audio. You're action orientated as a man. You respond to something like the dishes breaking, like the door slamming, like her silence. Why? Because there's power in her eyes, because she's hooked up with the big man. You don't know if she's cursing you. You don't know if she's throwing a hex on you, wishing you bad, and it might happen. You know women have a serious power. I'm not talking about the women today who go into witchcraft and schmickcraft and all that bullshit. I'm talking about a real woman who's pure magic. You can feel it. Even when she looks simple like me, no makeup, no nothing, it doesn't matter. You know you can't fuck with her. Oops, I'm not supposed to do that. Okay. You know that you can't screw with her. So, oh my God. Um, yes, ice cubes can learn from me too. You're you're really adorable, some of you here. Let me just continue to help you with women. Not help, but give you insight that you might not know, okay? You don't want a woman from this world. You want a superior woman that's connected to another world. Not the ones who are reading books, not the ones who are looking for tips and tricks. I went to a client's place and I saw in her book, How to Seduce a Guy 98 Ways. I'm like, yeah, you're going to have to do it through your brain because your energy is dead. Because when a woman has a very strong magnetic energy, no man can refuse her. It's literally a vortex. It's like, you know when you're in the ocean and there's an undercurrent and it just takes you? It takes you, just like a woman's body over there just takes you. You can't help yourself. You try to fight it, but you have to go all the way in. A woman who has that energy where you can't help but to fall for her. I know you like to control not to fall for her, but I also know you love the feeling of being out of control, and that will only happen with a very powerful woman that is attached to somewhere else. She's not average. She knows things. She's not the same every day. You never unpeel her completely. It's not that she keeps things a secret, it's that there's many layers to her. Why are women in two minds? Oh, is there a bad signal? I'm so sorry. Shit. Okay, just keep letting me know if it's okay or not. All right? Yes, you can tell the women by their fruit. Is it sweet? Is it sour? Is it bitter? That's her energy. And that's why she tastes good. Because when a woman feels good, sounds good, looks good, smells good, it's all good. The reason why women, this is such a great question, Monster, I salute you, love, are of two minds. Oh, this is such a great question. Okay, let me tell you why. Yeah, the power is between, okay, you, the one who's telling me to check my lipstick, I don't need to check my lipstick. You need to check your mindset. One more insult, and off this page. Fair warning, only one. So, yes, Joshua, that's a beautiful, deep name. I can tell that you like to know about the truths of life, the way you have a comment that says like an onion. Yeah, a woman is like an onion. She nourishes you. Did you know that if you have a cold and you take 2 onions and you chop it up and you put it in water and then you put it in the fridge overnight and then you put cayenne pepper and salt, sea salt, ginger and lemon, that you'll get over your cold, your flu, whatever, if you drink it all day for a few days? That's all you have to do. I'm going to answer why women are of two minds in a minute, okay? So since you're asking another question, Monster, why women always go for handsome? Oh, finally a woman. Yes. The combined energy between the two is the power. Yes, but you got to remember that the woman is the generator and the man is the plug. And if she's a dead generator because she overgives to the man, because she's a mother energy, depletes herself, sacrifices herself, then he plugs into a dead socket. And then he can't get recharged to go out in life and be inspired to build. Do you know how many men have a lot of money? And what do they say? They say, oh, money's no big deal. I got everything. I got a Lamborghini. I got this. I got this. Andrew Tate says that. He says, money is nothing. You get all this and I have all this and I'm not happy. You're not happy because it's not charged by a woman. When a woman charges the soul inside you and you build all these things, then it's built with a seed of love, not the seed of, I got to prove myself. Therefore, when he gets there, there's nothing else to do. So that's a problem. It's just like when a woman needs motivation, or anybody needs motivation, it's a problem. Why? Because motivation is pain driven. All the rappers, all the athletes, a lot of actors, comedian, maybe track person. What happens when they use their poverty and their gangster lifestyle and all this kind of stuff, and then they get really high? What happens to them? Are they happy? No, they sabotage it. They hook up with drug people. They gamble it. They lose themselves. Because the pain it took to bring them there is limited. It's limited. It's eliminated. So they have nothing to keep fueling them. But that is why when a woman lives from her body, not her mind, everything her heart wants pushes her towards that which will give her joy. That's called inspiration. That never runs out. lot of interesting people here. Okay. Amy, let me just answer this. A live wire, when it's out of control, will, out of a release, connect to a dead socket. That is like an entrepreneur woman who associates her value with the business in her bank account, but not who she is without it. So she will attract someone who complements her need to show him what she's built so that he can love her for what she does, not who she is. So when she loses that, or when her health goes bad, or when he finds someone different, it will still connect. Because a woman who needs to prove her values outside of herself must bring in a chaotic energy to challenge her, because she is a woman in a distorted masculine energy. They thrive to show they can handle pain and stress. So the women who are of two minds, it's not that she's in two minds, it's that there is the heart, which is silenced, and then there is the mind, which she runs on. How can I put this? From survival. So everything she does is from a survival standpoint of view. In other words, she will rationalize what her heart wants. Her heart wants to tell him that it hurt her when he came home late and didn't call. But her mind will say, oh, but he's tired and he works really hard and his mother was an idiot. I don't want to be like her. And what that does is it keeps him sick, because it keeps him unaware. And it keeps her acting like his mama. And eventually he loses interest, because men are not connected sexually to mama. That's why when you tell a man what to do and he obeys you like a bitch, he's not a man. He's a boy toy. He's a boy. Okay. You know what, Monster? I like that you're asking a lot of questions. Thank you. I just want to, before I answer another question, I just want to see if anybody else wants to ask any questions, okay? Okay, so why women, okay, first of all, not every woman goes for a handsome man. There are a lot of men who are not handsome. And then you might say to me, well, why women go for rich, ugly men? So let me ask you something. Why do you go for a woman who's attractive to you? Some women will go for one piece of something that shines, even though the rest is damaged, because they don't believe they deserve everything to be shiny. What will happen if they go and the man is handsome is they'll complain about him in different ways, because they never accepted all of them. So don't worry about the men, about the women who just want a handsome man. If that is all they want, they're not going to be happy. I'll tell you right now. Because you will always get the integrity of how you are by another person. So for a woman only to care about his looks, that means that man only cares about how much that woman makes, or who she attached to. So it's not like, and the thing is, let me explain something. A woman wants someone just like a man wants someone that is clean, that is strong in the body. We don't need a skinny man with skinny arms, so when we hug him, it feels like our grandmother. We don't feel safe with a man that is not strong in his body. It is not good that the woman be stronger and bigger and thicker than you. And you will see that the very skinny men have heavier women, but you will see that the man with a heavier wallet, fatter wallet, have skinny women. The men don't mind having a heavier woman because they need the warmth and the strength and protection. But I'm letting you know right now, as a woman, this earth of where we are, it's not our place, it's your place. You are built to survive the elements of this world. That's why you have a thicker skull. Your skin is thicker. You have an aftershave shadow to protect you from too much sun. We have soft skin. We don't usually have muscles that big unless you train like I do, or other women even do more. But we are meant to take care of you inside. You are meant to protect us outside from the elements. And we want someone who we're proud to be with. So if you are proud of who you are, that is, you're handsome. You gotta understand, your handsomeness is an illusion. If you, if, if you, if you have a big nose, okay, let's say you have a big nose, okay, you don't like your nose, monster. But you see it as something magical. You see it as a leader's nose. All it takes is one woman to see you in a different way and tell you what you look like to her, and it breaks the spell of everybody teasing you about your nose. So here's what that means. The story you tell yourself inside your head of what you look like, of who you are, is the energy that the woman receives in her body that tells her the story of what you look like. And have you ever seen short guys, not very handsome, they walk with their head up like this because they know they're very short. Now, I'm not talking, for me, that's not handsome, not because he's short, but because he's performing. We are attracted to a man who's real, but not weak. So I'm sorry, I can't help you there. Get your shit together. Get your life together. Go to the fucking gym. Get your body together. Because you can't be a crooked tree and expect to have fruit grow. You can't. Let me just... Yes, women are the source of where the... Women carry the energy that brings worlds. And so this is what makes you very important right now. I'm telling you right now, it's not the women, it's you, my men, it's you. You can't let the women treat you like little boys. The women have been hypnotized and manipulated to compare themselves to you as if they're a guy, because when a woman's value, which is her essence and who she is inside and how she can inspire men, women don't know how to inspire you today. They only know how to pay for your meal. They don't know how to build you. They don't know how to show you what they see in you, that there's nothing that can stop you. They don't know that energy to give birth into you. And that is charging a man. They don't know that because they're not in their femininity. They're not in their feminine power. They're not in their empress energy. That's a problem. That's a problem. They're in a male mentality. Hold on. Hold on. They're in they're in their male mentality. So they block your maleness. It forces you by default to go into your feminine energy. And now the feminine energy that was secure in your heart that you protect, you're wearing it. So you become too sensitive. You lack ambition, you lack direction, you lack making plans. You don't want to take a risk. You'd rather have the woman come to you. Because now you're too sensitive, because your feminine energy is supposed to be locked inside. That's why women don't understand. They think, it's not that they think you're stupid, but they think they can trick you, but they can't. You may let them think that they have you because you're that smart. But a man, his heart can't be bought. And yes, he can have sex with that woman, but it doesn't mean he'll marry her. He'll just use her body until he's tired. But see, a woman will have sex with you really quickly, and then she'll fall in love with you because she can't help it. Because you will make a decision in your mind one day when you realize you're in love with her. We don't work that way. We don't make our decision one day, I think I'm in love with him, oh my God, everywhere I look, I see him inside my eyes, oh fuck, I'm really in love, I'm so fucked up. No, that's you. We bond to you through our body. You go inside for a month, that's it. Now you don't have to prove anything. Now you don't have to do fuck all. She's in love with you, that's it. She'll defend you, she'll stay with you. She's messed up. Chemically, she is glued to your body because we don't decide. Our body decides. And that's why it's so stupid to let you have our body before you decide. And even more stupid to tell you we're in love with you when you don't even know that. Because if you haven't had a chance for head number one and head number two to come together in the heart zone, have a meeting, say, so how does this feel? Oh my God, she brings me so much peace. I feel like Superman with her. Oh my God, she's my kryptonite. Oh my God, I'll kill a man if he comes between us. I'm in love with her. That's it. I'm marrying her. That's it. It's that final. But if it doesn't happen, and she says, after you have sex, she's like, baby, I'm in love with you. Baby, I just said, I'm in love with you. And she's waiting and counting the seconds for you to be like, well yeah, of course I love you. I'm here, right? Yeah. Dumb. You're not going to say you don't. But here's the problem with that. The first time you have a giant fight, you'll go to your place. You might talk with a friend, or you might go to a bar or have a beer or whatever you do. Hopefully you'll be in a gym. And you'll think and you'll go, when she said, I love you, was I in love with her at that moment? Or did I say, of course I love you because she said it? Oh my God, I'm not even in love with her. It will be the fucking worst thing. Because you will now never know. Because she didn't wait for you to catch up. Because men are designed to fuck many and bond to no one. And women are designed to not just sleep around, because they will fall in love with who they sleep most with. Some women say to me, no, you're mistaken, because I've had many guys I slept with this month. I'm not in love with any of them. Yeah, but I said one guy. If you go to bed with the same guy for a month, and he's your bestie or whatever, it now bothers you when he doesn't text you right away. It didn't used to bother you before. Things have changed now. That's a problem. So, just let me see if there's any other questions. Yes, hi Amy. Hi, sweetheart. Uh, am I working for the complications of relations or reversed? I don't know what that means. But what I do, so you know, I'm what's called a Heyoka Empath. I'm a new thought leader, author, on a world tour right now for a book that I have on Amazon called The Wisdom of the Penis, SOS Manual. It's a game changer. It's all about masculine, feminine energies. It's hilarious. They're calling it the Relationship Bible. It's all about relationship issues from an athletic point of view also, because a lot of the women are fitness oriented and boss babes, and both of those are a dominant masculine energy. So men don't know how to be anymore. They don't know if when they take us out on a date, are they going to open the car door, or are we going to think that they think that we're weak? And we're like, no, 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 I can do it. So they don't want to look like a dumbass. So now they don't even know, do I open the car or do I not? They don't know what to do. And now the women are walking up to a guy saying, hey, will you marry me? Hey, do you want to go out? Blah, 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 blah. I don't know about your sex ed class, but in mine, I don't remember ever did the egg fucking grow a tail and chase 40 billion sperms. No. The sperms chase the eggs. Why? Because we need the one that is the strongest swimmer, the smartest strategic player, and the one who is not scared to outrun and outfight all the others to produce the best egg sperm combination. But now what's going on? We have all these sperms with no tails. Why? Because we have eggs that are tired, depleted, and going, I don't even want a boyfriend, it's too much work. Because they're carrying around a fucking tail. They're not supposed to have a tail. So, as a Heyoka Empath, and that's someone who receives, people call it wisdom, I call it insight. I have answers that Google search doesn't have, because I recognize the dynamic in the public of people and between relationships that people can't see, therapists can't see, doctors you can't see, because I read energies. Not aura, not colors, I don't care what rainbow you are, that's not going to help your problem. I read the energy. In other words, I'll give you an example, because I can tell Amy's really interested here. So let me focus on you, baby, my sister. You know that fight that you always have with a guy or a family member? And it doesn't matter if it's the same sex or it's the opposite. But the reason you have that same fight, first of all, it's not about how they always say this or never text you, whatever. It's not about that, because we are never mad about what happens right at that moment. It's just the match that lights the hay. It's always something that happened a few days before, or a few months before, weeks before, years, centuries before. And I mean centuries that you're carrying in this lifetime, because that energy didn't let you go, because you're not in your present energy now. Because you're not in a woman in your woman energy. You're a woman in a man energy. That's a distorted masculine energy, which means you're connected to past lifetimes. So you will act in a way that is opposing your nature. You know it doesn't feel good, but you still do it. For those that want to see what those are and cut that off, I have something called a Rewire Sessions on my store. You can feel free to read all about it. It's at store.nicolecoleman.com. NICHOLEKOLMAN. As a Heyoka Empath, I am able to see blind spots inside you. That insight is like a key. It's a spiritual key. It's an insight. It's not data that you remember that doesn't even fucking help you when you have a fight, because you don't remember what you remember. You are triggered. But insight changes you inside, because it's from inside. It's the root of why you do what you do. The problem why it still controls you is because it's in the dark and you can't see it. But I can. So let's say you came to me for 101. I would tell you all the things that are going on. You don't have to spend an hour telling me about what's happening. That hurts you. Because when you talk about the pain that you were in, you bring what happened last week into your present energy, and you never get to present energy. You know how you can tell that you're not in the present energy? You are always worried about the past repeating itself in a new relationship. And at the same time, you're scared and terrified of what the future will hold. See, you've got one foot in two timelines, but you're not in your present energy, which is you were born a woman, and even though you don't remember what happened in your last life, your energies of your last life are with you because you are not in the right energy of the birth of this life, given that you are a woman. You're in the energy of a man. So not only do you have zero access to your power tools, woman, you have to rely on a man's power tools. That won't work on a man, not a real man. It'll work on a defected man, a man that is too much in his feminine energy. And both of you will manipulate each other. So what happens is you have the same fights. You know why? Because you're trying to answer his words. And if, what I do in what I call the code breaker sessions is I break that code because I show you it's not his words that is painful for him. It is the story under the words. It's the energy that delivers the words. That's the part of him that feels unseen, unheard. So he keeps doing the same fucking thing. And that triggers you, because it's a trigger, to be triggered for you saying the same thing, but it's not really the root of your pain. So both of you stay locked for 5 to 12, 15, 20, fucking 40 years when you are meant to release each other. That is a 5D love. What you're in right now, when people operate this way, is a 3D love. That is an attachment to pain, shame, guilt, and blame. That's why you'll blame each other. You threw away your power when you did that because it has nothing to do with them. It is the energy inside you, love, that is bringing that kind of a person to you to aggravate you. It's kind of like what most people don't see are two major things. What you attract to you will hurt you enough until you realize it wasn't for you. And this, on the same token, every time you take a person back or you go back to the same job that you sucked anyway because they said this or that, but you know you're not happy there, what'll happen is you'll take them back. They won't change. You'll break up, take them back again, but they won't change. A person that is not meant for you will never change. But the person that's meant for you can never leave, will never leave, will never leave. No matter what, they cannot leave. You are literally the other inside part of their heart. They won't leave. And no, you're not going to cheat on them and do something stupid. That they're not for you. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about something very, very, very real. So what I do is I am able to see when you go to a shrink. I'll give you an example. They tell you to talk about the problem. Then you're upset all over again. What do they do though? They don't find out the root of the problem. They blame your mother or they blame him. And then they give you tools to handle the problem. That's like medication that doesn't go to the root of the problem and just exasperates it. I don't give you medication. I don't give you fucking tools. I erase the fucker because it is an energy root. And you can only erase it, extract it, when you know where it is. You will never be able to resolve and find a solution in an energy that created the problem. Talking about the problem, you will not get a solution from. The two can't coexist. Where there is love and peace, there's no fear. Problem is fear. Love is peace. So that can't happen. Let me see if there's any. Yeah, I'll tell them, honey. Amy, if there's anything you want me to tell the guys that pisses you off, please let me know, because I will do it from a higher plane of truth so that it can be receptive. Yes. Yes. The man that is very instinctive, that is a good animal, can always tell when a woman smiles and she's not full of shit, but she has a pure heart. That is what a smile is. It's pure energy. It's like pure energy spraying your whole face. You know, it's like a freshener when you see it. I knew the minute I saw my husband that he was my husband. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Oh my God, that's so beautiful, Amy. Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh wow. Okay. I'm so happy for you, love. I'm so happy for you. Women with with jealousy and expenses, they will only go for a short relationship. Okay. Amy, men are attractive when they accept women as they are. Okay. I want to talk a little bit about this. One of the problems that you men have, and it's not a fault, it's not a fault problem, it's the way society is. You have a lot to accomplish, you have a lot to build, and you're primarily developed to fix things, right? But a woman isn't a machine. She doesn't work the same way. When she's upset, you can't ask her what's wrong. She doesn't fucking know. Especially if it's a woman who's had a few things happen and then too many things in her mind, because her mind is all over the place. So to ask her what's wrong, that might not even be the root of the problem. It's not about her saying one thing and you giving her a suggestion. For a woman, and guys, please listen, save if you'd like to, or what, not save, share this to a buddy who doesn't know anything about women. This is so important. How we get rid of pain is not at the gym boxing. For us, our words carry emotional weight. Have you ever washed your jeans in a washer? Have you ever left it in the water and tried to pick it up? It was like 30 pounds, your jeans. That's how heavy we feel when things have happened and we absorb energies and we can't talk about it to anybody. This is why when we get together with a girlfriend and the first thing we do is, oh, and then, oh, and did I tell you, and then last week, and then we feel good. Nothing's changed. But that jeans went in a rinse cycle, got all the water and the dirt out of it. Now we're light and fluffy. So when your woman is walking back and forth and you just look at her when she's pissed off and say, tell me everything, that is music to our ears. Not performance, but presence. We want you 1,000,000, not 100% there to absorb our story, what happened. And here's the thing. If you are thinking, I wonder how long this is going to take, the football game is on in 20 minutes, I think she'll finish by then. It won't work. Because especially if we're saying something that hurt us from you, you and I will have the same fight in 2 weeks. Why? Because when we said what we said to you, notice our girlfriend's like an octopus. All the arms and the tentacles are wrapped around our head, like we feel completely absorbed by you, and that's what sucks our negative energy out. It doesn't hurt you, But if you are not mentally there and your eyes are there, but your brain is somewhere else, you won't absorb the energy. And it won't feel satisfying for us to talk. And we may have to find a guy that likes to hear us talk. Don't do that. Don't take that chance. This is how affairs are started. We don't need the sex of the guy. We need the guy that wants to hear, not listen. My plant listens. I don't need listen. I need absorb, because we need that energy to be sucked out of us. And then later, other things like that. But first, we need to be emptied. And don't be saying stupid things like, let's have sex, it'll make you feel better. No, because it won't, because that's taking from us. For a guy's tired, he'll have sex, oh, he'll feel invigorated. A guy's confused, he'll have sex, oh, I feel clear-minded. A guy's upset, he'll have sex, oh, I'm happy. We don't work like that. We don't work like that. We don't want to be taken away from. We want to be given to. And men underestimate the power of their focus, and so they don't understand. And when we are like, you have to understand, all we need is to take the words out. Don't tell us to fucking relax. Don't use the R word, and don't say calm down. If you say calm down and don't touch us, because when we're that hot, when we're that upset, we're like a volcano with boo. We don't calm down. We blow up. It's an equivalent to you having, a woman teasing you, and then you can do nothing with it. It's going to explode. That's how we are emotionally, and it will hurt. So, number one, you need to be there, and I promise you, if you go through the story of what she tells you with her, in her heart, she's like a little girl, and you're like her little boyfriend, and it's almost like you are going back into the story in time with her, the story that shocked her, that made her too mad, that she was shocked, that she couldn't see her way out of, but that you will go in there with, pick up what she couldn't feel, and in that way it will be interesting to you. That's called a meeting of the minds. And that's why a lot of times, even when you go to a shrink, and I'm telling you right now, you go to a shrink and they're like thinking about their laundry list, and it's like people are so dead inside, they cannot read energies, and you cannot see that that shrink is not with you. I can, but you can't. That's a problem. And so I teach energetic literacy. That's what I do. That's why the code breaker session, and you could always DM me code breaker, I can send you a link, is, and even if you do 1 hour, if you're having an argument with a toxic family member or a partner, and it's the same going round and round, you have no idea how toxic that is for your body and your relationship, and I don't know how many years you want to put up with that. Because that fight will be another fight, because the same pain he's carrying that he doesn't know what it is going to make him misread what you said or get upside down what you meant. And I call that a fem guy. A fem guy is a guy who's dominated by his feminine energy. So when you tell him, it hurt me when you did this, he will yell like he's having a temper tantrum. Oh, I'm not good enough for you. Oh, I'm now a piece of shit. We're not talking about you being a piece of shit or a piece of diarrhea. We are talking about you didn't call and I was worried. But he can't receive that. What he hears is his mother telling him he was not good no matter what. So when you come to me for a code breaker, and if it's a guy, you do it for your argument for your woman, I will be able to know what her real pain is. And I will role play with you. You have no idea how liberating. When I say liberating, when you role play with me and I act like them, I will say all the things that they would say. And you will answer in a way that you are stuck. And then we will flip the script. I will be you, and you will be them. And then I will answer the new way you're going to answer. It's not about you memorizing how I answer. We're going to do this back and forth. So you're going to get the feeling of the part that is now awake in you, that is not restricted by the little girl or little boy in you that didn't feel strong enough to say how you really feel. It's an interesting thing. It's hard to describe. That happens with all my people. It's fucking amazing. Juan, I'll tell you right now, you have very strong feminine energy, because when you say I'm a serious guy, but I smile easy, you're trying to get my approval, or what do you, I don't know what you're trying to say. You smile easy because you are, what's the word? You are very good at seducing a woman. And the men who seduce women are the female energy in the relationship. So you will not seduce a woman, you will seduce a woman with balls. You will seduce a masculine bitch, someone that maybe has her own business. And as soon as she tries to tell you what to do, how to do it, you'll move on. So that's what that is. Women are attractive when they are loyal, authentic, humble, confident, good sense of humor. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Most women look for security and protection. Most of them think aggressive men are protective. Yes, but really they are toxic. She's absolutely right. I didn't put okay, okay. A lot of the vids that I put here, I try to make it short so it goes to everybody, but there's a lot of vids that are longer than 3 minutes that give you a lot of information. So I would check on this on my channel, because the next day or two I'm going to release a vid of the 6 hidden weaknesses of a man. And a lot of it has to do with men thinking protectiveness is control. Control disguised as care is not care. And putting fear into a woman is not being protective. Oh my God, you went out, you don't know what can happen to you. That's not fucking, we don't feel safe with that shit. Fucking get an Uber and take us there. Drive us there. Don't complain like a bitch. And so, yes, Amy is exactly 100% right. Oh, yeah. Juan, you smiled a lot as a child. You probably had a very strong, domineering woman as a mother. It's not that it's negative, it's just I feel that you look at a woman, which is how a woman brings a man to her, and then a woman comes to you instead of you go to her, introduce yourself. Yes, looks fade, but I just want to say something. It is very different. If I was a man, I would not want a woman who didn't give a fuck about how she looked, how she smelled, if she was clean, how she talked, how she behaved. Because she's a part of me. She represents me. I want a woman who takes care of herself. I want a woman who puts herself first in terms of she goes to the gym, she washes her hair, she makes sure her hair is good. She likes looking, smelling good. And so, yeah, it fades. But it doesn't really fade. It just shimmers in a very different way. Um, no one no one is authentic, it's all business. Most of them like dramatic women. Well, I don't know where you've been, hun. When you say dramatic, do you mean chaos consciousness? Do you mean crises type women? Or do you mean that when something goes wrong with you, you see it as a weakness and don't feel good to let your husband know? because you think it's not a big deal. I don't answer personal questions about my life, monster. Miller, spoken 100% true. What women don't understand, maybe I'll do a vid on this, is that there's only one thing a man wants, is a sense of nirvana, which is peace. But it's not a dead peace, it's an enlivened peace, where he can be refreshed, where he can be rejuvenated. Absolutely. I don't, so Amy says no man is humble nowadays. Does that mean your husband too, honey? Because the men I've met, businessmen, this is high-end men. The men don't appear humble for the masses. That's the man that is humble is the man that shows that to the bosom of his woman, because she's his heart. I think a man who's very successful and knows his value is a good man. Because a man that knows his value has nothing to prove, and that in its own is a sense of humility. No need to show power, because you are power. I saw a man's strength through his weaknesses. Strongest man I have ever known. He is a quadriplegic. Wow. There is a leader that is beyond that. That is very famous. I don't know his name. And he has a wife. He's been married for a long time. He has no arms and he has no legs. I don't know if he has an organ. He's just the trunk of a body and a head, and this man's mega successful. I can't even tell you. We all don't have problems. Okay, get that straight through your head right now. We all don't have problems. You don't know where you're going to live, money's tight, this and that. We all don't have problems because we have two hands and two legs and a mind to make something happen. And you can be completely alone in your world. You can have no family. You can have no one to talk to during your darkest times. I know that for sure. When I am in such a time, or especially if there may be something that reminded me of something, or I see someone that reminds me of something, I think about a fiance I had a long time ago that dropped dead 10 days after I buried my mother, only because he drank something that his heart was allergic to and it popped. So when for me personally, and it's funny, it's so beautiful, because when I am actually, oh my goodness, type of thing, because there's no one that I would trust to call or share that with. I don't do that. He comes to me in my dream. His name is Michael. He comes to me in my dream, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh Michael, oh my God, it's so good to see you. And I hug him and I hold him. And I know that's not a dream. I know that because it happens every time I'm really, really afraid. And so what I'm saying is, like, when you have something real, it just doesn't ever end. It's always there. No, I'm not. I'm not in the gym. I'm in the airport right now. Juan, Amy, when you say all you see is arrogance, I say this with tender, loving care. I would ask myself, where am I arrogant of not accepting people as they are? That I am projecting my arrogance and I'm seeing them as being arrogant when you don't even really know what they just went through. and how they're trying to put on a brave face to cover their fear, to cover the part of them is crushed underneath them. Oops, sorry, I was editing that. Oh, okay, that's okay. You could be mistaking confidence and certainty for arrogance. Um, Although there is a truth in what you're saying, Miller, I think it's more that she is misinterpreting, not accepting a part of her, but not recognizing that she's not okay with something that is a part of her and only seeing it in someone else mirrored exactly the same way, and therefore naming it. A woman is a mother, sister, wife, and of at all. No. Yes, but a woman is not to be a mother to anyone that is over 4. That, because her milk would not be fresh then. Her water would be tainted, and she would not be able to revive her whole family because she'd be too tired. She's not in the right energy when she is in a handmaiden energy. Empress energy is where people get power from, not sacrificial energy, because the woman that is a mother energy to a grown man believes that love equals sacrifice, and it doesn't. I don't care if I have to answer 100 people disagree right now, I'm going to do that. Love can't exist where there's sacrifice, because sacrifice is an absence of love. It is guilt. It is guilt energy, and guilt has one job. Guilt seeks punishment in every area of your life. Oh my God. Okay. Um, Amy, I think you have super high standards. So I think for you to recognize humility, for sure. But I think you're very strict on yourself, and so you'll be strict on other people. Whereas maybe Miller is not as stringent, and he'll let things go. Understand people are having a need to show that kind of bravado because there's a weakness in them. He just might understand it differently. I'm glad you love sports, love. Me too. So Amy says your need for women is not love. Well, I don't know who she's connecting to, but I will say this. It's for other purposes. So Amy says that. Okay. So let's just be very clear, since we have two brilliant people who brought up two brilliant things. A man in need of you is not a man in love with you. Because the man in need of you will fear that you might leave because he knows his ways. And so he's afraid that one day you won't put up with it after many times. That's a man in need of you. He will be a man that fears losing you. A man in love with you will never, I think my glasses are foggy. 1 second, let me clean. A man in love with you will never fear that that he's going to lose you, but he will fear that he may hurt you, because his goal is to protect your heart, not to have it protect at the expense of his, or his at the expense of yours. Okay, so Miller, yes, they're different things, but it is very important that a man is pulled, attracted to a woman, primarily. It doesn't matter if it's her smile or her eyes or whatever. I don't mean attracted because she's got imported goods and 44D breasts. I don't mean that. I think you know what I mean. Yes, love is patience. You know, Juan, my mom always used to say, and thank you so much for saying that, love. That's so smart and wise. My mother always, you remind me of my mother. Okay. My mother always used to say, do everything with patience and love. That's what my mother always used to say. So Miller says, I don't need a woman. That actually means that you do need one, but you won't settle unless she meets your expectations. And I love that. I love that you have it all in your mind, written out. It's there. It's there. That tells me that you have a lot to offer, Miller. Good for you. Amy loved her husband immediately. She can't. Well, you know, when a soul recognizes its counterpart, it's very immediate. I'm just so happy that you were in a place in life where you were very receptive. And I'll tell you, even if Amy, let's say, came out of a bad relationship or something, her husband would have waited. Like, in other words, when two people come home to one another, so beautiful. There is no fear. Will he hurt me? Every other person hurt me. It's just, yes, you take your time, but you take your time because you've learned by the others to take your time. Amy, okay. This live is going to be about Amy Miller and Michal. Okay, it seems like we're definitely handling everything together. Amy, when you say, ah, desire, now that explains everything. It is very important. When, when Miller said there's a difference between lust and love, is because he's learned the difference. And when he says there's a difference between lust and love, it doesn't mean that he doesn't need to feel a pull to her physically as well. He does in some way. It might just be her energy, but desire is the key to man. He has to have a desire for you, or he's not ready to risk his life for you. So personally, I love when a man says, I desire you. It's not a threat to me. I want a man to desire me. That's my power base. Why would I not want him to desire me? Why would I want him only to, you know, let me tell you I hope there's some other girls here, and it's not only Amy, but because I know you're already attached. The biggest red flag, and maybe I'll do a vid about this is important, okay? Brain. Okay, let me just, red flag. The biggest red flag, hold on, am I sitting? Okay. The biggest red flag that a woman knows from a man today, and I've had one man that really tried to impress me, and it just killed it right away. Not that I was even pulled to him, but he was already buried, but this time he just took himself to the equator. Okay, that's all I want to say. So, oh, Juan, when you said, is there a gym nearby? Yes, there is a gym just around the corner from the airport. There is. So what I wanted to say to you is, um, um, the biggest red flag is when a man says to a woman, and he said it to me because obviously he thinks I'm intelligent, and he says, "My God, I can see you're very smart." And I'm like, "Well, I don't see myself that way. Insightful as fuck, yeah. Uh, oh, like where did you go to school?" And oh, well, I mastered the University of Adversity for fucking sure. I didn't go to school. What? You didn't go? No, after high school, I had to go take 3 jobs right away because I had to run away from home because it was dangerous. What? How is it that you speak this way? Where do you get all these concepts and stuff? I said, because I am a Heyoka empath. I receive, and I have since I was 4. When I used to speak to a rabbi or a priest, they would call me a dangerous child because of what came out of my mouth. And I had a bit of an identity crisis for a while, but I got over it. But when a guy says, "I don't care what a woman looks like, I'm interested in her brain," fucking run. Fucking run. That's a femme guy. That's a femme guy. He doesn't respond to your power. He's unplugged from that. So it's kind of like it's like um, he's how can I say this? He doesn't respond. He doesn't want to be like other men. Not that any man wants to be like a man, but a man is a man. Like a man acts like a man. He's not doesn't act like a man. He's it's really gross. That's all I'm going to say. It's really gross. When a man's only interested in your brain, that means he doesn't even want to wait for you to put makeup on. It's not important for him that you feel in being yourself. It's quite different than a man accepting you when you want to put makeup and when you don't. But I hope you know what I mean. Love is conditional from men. Okay, I really need to go here. The problem with a lot of stuff going on today with videos and seminars and books. In my books, I don't write this way, and I've got 2. Well, actually 4. One is The Wisdom of the Penis. It's on Amazon right now. And the other one is an ebook, but it's 3 altogether. This is the bomb. It's called The Sacred and Feral. It maps out everything that goes on today between men and women. And the first book is called Chaos, Meet Wisdom, the Cosmic Dating Roast. Juan, I think you'd like that one. The second one is called From Chasing to Chosen, Savage Status. Oops, you didn't want me to do that. And the third one is called Fuck the Fleet. No more delulu. Just really well. You can get that on my site. But now, what you were saying, when you talk about conditional in this, there are words and there are energies. And the man who knows himself, his energy walks ahead of him before his words land. So that man, yeah, he's going to have conditions. You can't fuck around. That's a condition. Just like your man can't fuck around. That's a condition. Only your conditions are spoken silently. It's a silent agreement that gladly both your husband and you have. But when you say conditions, it's been put in a negative way. It's been run through the mud. But there are conditions. We can use the word standard. We can use the word value. We need to have the same values. Aren't that the same conditions? To me, it's the same. So when you say if she isn't virtuous, I'm not interested. I don't think any man would want a slut. So I agree with you. but it does depend what you mean virtuous. Are you hoping to get a virgin? Depending on your age, I don't know. Yeah, it is a nice place, Juan. Hello, Mr. Daxstar. Discussion is about men and women, and it's not even. I'm a Heyoka empath, which means I see the distortion in today's women and men, mostly because men are in their feminine energy, not acting like men, and the women are in their masculine energy, forcing the men not to act like men, because the men have to act the opposite in order to keep the peace, and that's a problem. So I write all about that in my books, relationships. But I do want to, after I answer these questions, I am going to talk about the turning pain to power, because I think that's just so important right now. Yes. Oh, your husband is very right, Amy. The women are wearing the pants, and I'm going to do my best to rip it off them, because it's a pants mentality, and it makes women tired and grumpy. And this is what society wants. It wants the women to lose the power of the inner light that women have, that magnetically pull men to us, that charge them up to achieve all that they will achieve. So it gives them strength, so that men will be weak as fuck, and the women will be diffused as fuck. And that's why there was equality, because an apple and a banana is not the same thing. They complement each other. They're not meant to take each other out and compete with each other, which is what happens when you think it's equal schmequal. Why on earth, when estrogen rules way up here, would we demote ourselves to being down here where man is? Man chases us. We rule the romantic roost. We rule that. And now we think we need to tell them what to do and come to it. You can't make a man's part work. Well, technically, if you're a hoe, you can, I guess, but it's devoid of his heart. So you can't fuck with a man that way. They're very well structured, so that you can't. If you're a real good player, you can. It'll take maybe 6 months or so. You convince his heart it's real. Meanwhile, you were going after something else. If you play your cards right and he falls in love, that's it, he's dead. But for the most part, guys don't work like that. And because women are so, give it up so fast, and make the man feel like the prize, make the man feel like the gem, you just lost your value. You just lost your inherited birthright as a woman. Oh, is my voice not audible? Can someone tell me if you can hear me better this? Somebody tell me if you can. Hi, Will. Can someone tell me if you can hear me better this way, love? Okay, so one idiot I got to get rid of. Yeah. Okay. Hi. Well, we've got a lot of European people. I don't answer personal questions, and I don't deal with restricted timelines. Can you, okay, so you can't hear me now? Can you let me know if you can hear me now, please? Okay, hold on for a minute. Okay, you should be able to hear me now. I took off the earplugs. I hope that's better. Oh, thank you. Okay, so without the earplugs, okay. Oh, yeah, thank you for your patience. Thank you. Yeah, there's more noise in the background, but I'd rather that you hear me. Oh, okay. All right. So, with your permission, everybody, let me talk about what I wanted to talk about today because I really want to help you, okay? Because everybody here has had some kind of pain. I want to explain something, all right? Sometimes the hardest part isn't healing the pain of what happened, it's remembering who you were before the pain. The one, it's like the one thing, the one part of you that was so strong, didn't take any limitations, nothing. I want what I want, I'm getting it. The part that couldn't be erased, the part that took a bite of life and said, okay, give me more. That part, your authentic part, your unstoppable, your the baby in you, the excitedness that I can't wait to do this shit. I want this and I'm getting this. That part of you. I was really thinking about how I could introduce something. What can I develop that would bring and glue the pieces together of people, the lost pieces of gold that were buried, to reconnect them with you now, to the part of you that's energetically been through so much, frozen, all that stuff. So what I did, one second, honey. It's hard to describe. A lot of people don't know what a Heyoka empath is, but I've had over 3,000 clients now, some from YouTube, mostly a lot of them from my TikTok channel. And these are mostly women, some men. And a lot of them have gone to therapists where it did nothing for them. When you sit in front of me, let's say you have a boyfriend and you have a problem with him, or a husband or whatever, I will address it in such a way that gets to the root of the problem, that you don't have to think about anything anymore. Because when I bring something to your attention that you couldn't see before, you don't have to write it down. It's just like, oh. And that release inside you takes out some pain. So what I created was a 30-minute one-on-one with me where you come, and this works really well if you are feeling bad about something, or you've done a lot of healing, but now everything's up here, or you just, oh my God, or you just finished with someone or something. You meet with me, you tell me what hurts you, and then I steer you and help you remember the parts of you that were golden. a long time ago that you haven't connected with. Now, those parts are in memory, in words, but I'm going to bring them back energetically. And I'll tell you why. The reason why healing is never complete is because people don't do it all the way. People think that healing is about getting rid of pain, but that's not healing. I've had people who've come to me and said, oh, I spent 2 years in the mountain to get rid of the pain I had from my husband. I said, why are you here with me? Well, I'm dating another man and I'm seeing the same thing. I said, of course you are. Because your issue was with a relationship, not with a rock, not with a squirrel up in a mountain for 2 years, rolling in the mud. That was not your issue. The energy that brought those type of people is still in you. So that's why she was with me. So there is a misconception that healing is about diluting the pain. The pain will be dissolved within 2 years. And the reason why it takes so long, and it would happen quicker if you come to me, I guarantee my work, it will happen quicker. But for most people who don't, it will take about 2 years. Why? Because the memories you formed with them are in the vault of your body, carried through your water. The body's 68% water. It stores memory. And no, you can't cut off your arm and you can't drink more water. There is a man, was a Japanese pseudoscientist. His name is Dr. Emoto. And he conducted an experiment where he took 3 glasses of water and he put in 3 different rooms. And each room, he put different music. So the first one was, I don't know if it was definitely demonic music, very fucking all those words and hate. Like that guy deleted that wanted to give us hate. Anyway, he did that. And in the second room, he left it alone. He didn't put music. He didn't talk to it. He ignored it. He dissed it. And in the third room, he put something romantic. And he talked very lovingly to the glass. And then what he did is he froze them, because you'll notice that when energy is frozen, you can see it. When you take a picture of a haunted house, you can see a ghost. You can see the energy freeze. So this man saw the molecules in the water, and each one of those glasses, the cells looked completely different. In the hate one, it looked like creatures, like blobs, like Halloween mask blobs. In the second one, it was like flat, like nothing happened with the cells, like they died. And in the third one, the cells looked like snowflakes, like crystallized snowflakes, like a work of art of beauty, which means it remembered the words. So your container of your body, man or woman, will be holding the memories. So it takes about 2 years. Now, even if it takes 2 years, you will find that you attract someone similar. Maybe it's not as bad, but then there's other issues to deal with. And I was thinking to myself, well, what's going on here? Here's what's going on. When someone causes you pain, that's like a meteorite. For those that don't know what it is, like a rock from the sun. It's big, it's heavy, it's hot. And it just goes inside the earth. Their pain was like a giant rock from the sun, burnt a hole in your soul. So you now have a hole in your soul filled with pain. So even though the pain may get diluted in time, there's still a hole. And you cannot beat a hole, you cannot beat pain into submission. But what you can do is use the hole it created to fill you up with the parts of you that were before the pain ever arrived that you lost, to put back the parts of you that were untouched by any pain. And I've designed a way to do it. So I just did this the first time with a client yesterday. She is fucking freaking out. I'm going to see if she will record a vid of what happened to her. She said, oh my God, I was in shock, the words. But because when you tell me a story of what happened to you, especially if it has a lot of shame, like let's say you were sexually, something happened, that's the hardest to deal with, because that was really hard to deal with. I will hear those words. I will give you the insight to what is really going on, which you don't expect to hear. And then I will lead you into other parts of your life where you were omnipotent, when nothing could touch you, where everything was golden, where you had the Midas touch. And I will weave that into the story. And what ends up happening is you read your story with insight, and it's not just a piece of writing you read. It's my energy in the story. My energy, your truth. That's why she said to me, how is it that I felt like you were right there? Because it's my energy. It's not just fucking writing. And what ends up happening is you read your story now in an energy, because the way I write is energetic. It's not intellectual where, oh, it goes through your cerebral. It like grabs you in your nose. The parts that you shared with me that are your pain points, your particular high points and low detail, I will weave it with the insight that I receive about it. It's coming from your soul for sure, the insight that comes, downloads to me. And then I give it a title, like the girl that couldn't scream when she was frozen or whatever. And the 17-year-old that screamed and so, I can't remember what I wrote for her, but anyway, it will take your breath away. You will, the biggest thing she said is like, I felt so much relief because first of all, I will give you insight that you didn't know concerning what you went through. That right away will give you peace. You cannot take something painful, and even though time erases the urgency of that, the hole is left. The hole needs to be sealed. And it needs to be sealed correctly with the part of you that was unbroken, untouched. And that's what I do. This is brand new, 85 US for right now, the half hour with me. You won't be the same after this half hour. The script, the story, the 2-3 pages, it's just an anchor to hold everything I say to you. But there's no way you're going to read it and not feel the energy of that release and you feeling back on top of your power that you did with me. Soon to be 111 US, but for right now, it is 85. For those that want that, DM me script and I'll send you the link. I'll get it set up for you. As a Heyoka empath, I am by birth an energy disruptor. That means you're negative or dark or black or shameful or demonic energy. It can't survive in front of me. It has to be broken. It has to die. This is how we turn your pain to power. You know, you could have something as a woman with your father, and you forgive him and he's dead and all these things happen, but you will still let a man walk on you because the slice of the blade that your father caused for whatever reason, it's still dripping blood. And these hyenas, these vultures, these parasitical people, we call them narcs, schmarks, whatever the fuck, they can smell. And you become very easy prey. because they can feel you will tolerate. They can feel that energy off you as a woman. The second that I brought love back from her father to her that she couldn't see at the time. It's not just me saying words, because you'll see with the things I tell you about yourself that you've told nobody, and the reasons why you do certain things that you never knew that I will be the first to tell you, your nervous system will already recognize that what I say to you is the truth. Not just the truth, but what it needs, what is missing. It's like the key that unlocks the energies that hold pain, shame, guilt, and blame in place. So I'm so fucking excited about this. And for those of you that maybe you want something quicker to get a feel of what it's like, I've designed something called the Pulse Drop. 10 minutes, one-on-one, you give me your issue, and I either send you a 10-minute customized video of the insight and solution to this. And it's not just solution. It's not about, oh, do this and it won't happen. Because this thing that you need to do, it doesn't feel right for you. You're too weak as fuck to do it. I will have to go to the route that makes the natural thing to do easy for you. And it'll either come in a customized vid, or I can WhatsApp you the 10 minutes, or you can have the 10 minutes one-on-one with me. And that is 50 US for 10 minutes, or get 30 minutes, get 3 for 120 US. So that's called the Pulse Drop, DM me Pulse Drop. The Code Breaker is for couples if you're having any argument, you want to role play and completely turn it around, or toxic family members, or you're about to meet with your boss that's been an asshole, or a presentation, or you're about to get ready for a date and you want to be on top of your game, or you're seeing your ex or whatever. That's Code Breaker. And the Remembering Script, that's going to be my prize jewel. Let me see if there's any Gabriel, this is not cult shit. This is energy shit. I don't know what cult you're used to. This is energy. Over 3,000 people that I've helped that used to go to therapists. That's a fucking cult thing. Because that's pure poison. When they get you to talk about over and over and over, the emotional shit puts you back into the energy of the caca, and now you have the stench of energy on you, and people know you're damaged. They can see it, they can feel it. Energy is not a cult. It's the truth. If you're not ready to accept that, I see you're still part of the system. You're still attached to blaming people, guilt, and all that shit. Yeah, you don't have to stay here. Next. Negative or good energy would affect how you think and how you will always pass it on to others. Gabriel, I'm not a life coach or something. I am an author, new thought leader, speaker. And actually, if you want to know what I am and what gifts I have, because I have insight to see the blind spots you don't even fucking know is there. But if you came in front of me, I would tell you all of them. You go, oh fuck. But I'm not like a fortune teller. I don't predict. I fucking know what you're going through right now, why you're doing it. And I have the key that shows you the part of you don't know why you're doing it. I have life coaches come to me. I have therapists come to me. I have spiritual healers come to me. So you can YouTube the gifts of a Heyoka empath. I know it's very new. You're not going to know that kind of shit. It was hard to reach out. I had to be my own therapist. It's too bad you didn't know about me then. I would have solved things in one session for you, Juan. But I'm glad you did that. Oh, okay. You were hearing fine. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to let you go for right now. I'm going to I need to go down and go to my gates and see if the plane's ready. I think I got an hour or two left before I fly. But I had such a good time with everybody here. I loved having you here. Thank you for receiving me so warmly. And I will aim either next Sunday. What's next Sunday? Let me just see the number of that so I can tell you when. Depending on how I feel, I might even maybe go Thursday at 2 or 1 o'clock, because at least that way I hit the European people. Where let me see. Okay, Sunday I'll be flying. Oh my God, there's gonna be another Sunday I'll be flying. But you know what? Maybe I will go on like at 2 o'clock. I should get there by then. Thank you, Juan. Thank you so much. I know you're handsome, Juan. I can feel that. All right, everybody. Bye for now. Now I just got to figure out how to close this.